It's very rare that I actually finish a demo pretty quick, and then I can actually give like a quick verdict video. I mean, I would have gave one to Dynasty Warriors Origins because that didn't take me long either. It took me like just an hour. But this one was just worth talking about, and I actually had some good footage. Alright. Still cool. It's still like a cool intro, but I mean, unfortunately, this game has like I've been seeing some Steam reviews and some other reviews like YouTube, Steam, and Google. This has the unfortunate spot of sharing the same month as Doom: The Dark Ages. So it's absolutely going to be largely outshadowed. But that's what I'm here to do. Just kind of give you my quick verdict and let you know what we're talking about. So, if you really need kind of like a short synopsis or an ebb and flow, or just like a short description of how I do my verdict videos, my ebb and flow, just watch my Chia or recent demo verdict videos, any verdict videos, and you'll kind of get the gist of where I'm coming from. Alright, well, straight to the point, let's actually start the timer right freaking now. Okay, so in terms of the negative, or what do I give it in terms of part one of, yeah, like part one of my verdict video, what do I give it out of 10? Tentatively, right now, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. I like this game. This game was actually pretty fun to play. I think that there's maybe one nitpick in terms of the negative, and it's going to be pretty short. But the whole thing, I don't think it's a 9 out of 10 yet, but I think there's definitely potential here. For the short time I actually got to play the demo, yeah, I think a 8 out of 10 is appropriate for now. It could have been a 9 out of 10, but I'm going to leave it at 8 out of 10 for now. But I definitely enjoyed my time with it. Alright, let's talk about the negative. This is part 2. Alright, so it's hard not to ignore, and I've been reading the reviews, but this is my general opinion. So, of course, everyone's opinion about the negative is going to be completely different. But the negative so far for me is the technical issues is very prevalent, and it's right there in your face. It especially shows in the cutscene. When it's the gameplay, there's no screen tear. I haven't seen any technical issues when it was the gameplay in general. But when it was the cutscenes, it was noticeable, and especially in quality mode. Maybe there will be a patch to fix this, but I couldn't ignore it. It's there. I'm just saying.
Core Ripper active. Hyper unit is mission go.
Well done, Asuka. Now you're complete.
Warning. ISC units inbound.
Bring these clowns to the ground. Unleash your hyper power. Rip their cores out. You know you want to.
The cutscene was a little bit frame rate dip. Is that weird? Good. I just wanted to show that clip, but yeah, that's an example. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. And just because of that, that's probably why I brought my 9 out of 10 that I was going to give it to an 8 out of 10. If they fix the technical bugs and the issues before we get to the official game, then yeah, of course, it's going to get some very positive. It's going to get some positive reviews. Unfortunately, it shares the spot of Doom: The Dark Ages, so it's at a major disadvantage. But I hope it does well. Anyway, that's my negative in terms of largely a lot of positive about this. So this is part 3, obviously. Cool. Alright, so part 3, ooh, I love talking about the positive. Well, the first thing is solid gameplay. It is basically what people are saying. It's Doom, Ghost Runner, and a little bit of Metroid to a degree. But man, it's Doom and Ghost Runner in the best way possible. It's snappy, it's precise. Shooting is just so, like, quick reflex. It's just solid gameplay throughout the whole board. From mission 0 to 1, nothing feels left out in terms of the gameplay. It shows all its snappy, kinetic, fast gameplay to a very insane and fun way. Solid gameplay overall. Alright, let's roll those clips. What's this all about? Oh, shit, it's a shotgun. Okay. Here we freaking go. Shotgun! Better gun. And I love it. Yeah! Oh, I love this new gun. Thank you. See what I mean? So that's one of the positive. I mean, man, it's just really solid gameplay. For whatever the negative to this game, it's largely outshadowed because of the solid gameplay. The gameplay is pitch perfect. After I saw the gameplay trailer for in the, I guess it was this data, was it a state of play? No, it was some showcase I saw it. But anyway, besides the point, gameplay is top notch. That's a winning. It's such a winning factor, and it will largely outshadow all the negative because it's a really solid gameplay. So that's one positive. Second positive, ripping cores. It's a freaking delight, and it's brutal. It is brutal. I wouldn't say it's like as brutal as Doom, like the new Dooms, but man, it's brutal. Yeah, ripping the cores is such an addictive gameplay feature that I didn't think I would need, and it was not on the bingo card, but it's absolutely a delight. It's not a deal breaker, but alright, time to extract their core. I guess I know I want to. Damn. Okay. Many times. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why ripping the cores is so enticing and so fun. It's such a great meticulous to detail for these metallic enemies you're gonna fight. But it's such a really unique feature. I never get bored of ripping the cores. In fact, ripping the cores, either if you hold the core, as I learned, hold the L1 button and eat the core like a freaking metal vampire. You are a metal robotic vampire. But eating the cores, it's so demented, but it's so fantastic in a very twisted way. I kind of like it. It was so fun to eat the cores, but also it's cool to throw the cores too. I hope, and it's too early to tell, that they do more abilities with the cores, but for the demo that we got, yeah, the core ripping is one of the most unique features in terms of first-person shooter. There's already been unique gameplay features like that before, but this one, it works because of that feature. So that's such a great positive. I really do want to give it a 9 out of 10, but it's just the technical issues. But that was a delight too. That was one of the strong features of it. So that's another positive. Alright, so I don't have any footage for this, but the next positive is the environment is very atmospheric. I wouldn't say it's like as much atmospheric because unfortunately I'm going to make the comparison of Doom Eternal and Doom 2016. It's not to the environment of Doom Eternal, but it's unique enough, and its sci-fi atmosphere and environment does tell a little bit of the story in a very unique way, but it's so open and very well polished and well designed that I do not mind. It's worth acknowledging, and it's worth giving a positive now. It's not better than Doom Eternal's, like, in terms of its environment, but it is really well done for a 2025 one. So that's another positive. No gameplay footage to show that because that's pretty obvious. Just play the demo, I guess. Alright, so another one that is another positive was the weapon variety is freaking amazing. It should have been. I just love how basically your starter gun is basically an assault rifle. But as you kind of play mission 0 and 1, you get a shotgun, you get pretty much a minigun in a sense, and you also get like a pistol with the shotgun. What I'm saying is the weapon variety is so amazing. What's this all about? Oh, shit, it's a shotgun. Okay, here we freaking go. Shotgun! Better gun. And I love it. Yeah! Oh, I love this new gun. Thank you.
Entering action zone.
What the hell? Oh shit! Yeah! Didn't know I was just gonna get a new gun, but here we are. Yeah! I enjoyed that gun. Exactly. I hope those footage really convince you that the weapon variety is pretty cool. Okay, so along with that, this one, I don't have to show clip, this one's a no-brainer. The upgrade for the guns and abilities is simplistic, but it's great. And what I mean is, from the core ripping, the abilities that you get with your suit, or the core other ability I saw, it's well balanced. I never felt like one ability outweighed another ability. Every ability has an it's so intricate, it's so unique, it's so different that everything feels essential. From your core ripping, your core abilities, your armor, your weapons, every ability just gels well together from the shops that you go to or the core ripping, we'll call it the core ability shop. Everything just feels essential and it's just so easy to upgrade after you just takes waves and waves of enemy. It really does feel like there is a very stable and very smooth progression in terms of upgrading your abilities and weapons. Nothing feels left to pasture, if you get my drift. So yeah, I think that was worth acknowledging too. And the last thing that I was actually kind of generally surprised, I think the difficulty level is balanced. I don't think it was unfair, and I don't feel like it was like grueling or too easy too. I felt like there was a good right amount of balance. This is a brutal difficulty level, and I'm still handing them their asses. Mind you, this is brutal difficulty level.
Hyper unit stand by for new mission objective. Mission objective updated. Give them hell, Hyper.
That is crazy. This is the brutal difficulty level, and it's still balanced. It should actually be hard.
Run activated.
Perimeter breached. All units on high alert.
What we're doing is bigger than you and I, Asuka. The road we walk is paved by those who shared this dream before me. And even more,
That's crazy that this is on.
wanted to oppose it.
Man, the difficulty level is balanced. Okay, and so we're back. Glad you can make it. So yeah, it's whatever difficulty level you play it, normal, hard, or brutal. I even played it on brutal difficulty level just to try it out, just to see if there was a difference. I imagine when you get to the boss fights and waves and waves of enemies, it gets grueling and it gets kicked to the balls. But in terms of the difficulty level, no, nothing felt like just completely unfair. It just felt like that right amount of balance, and I like to see that right amount of balance in first-person shooters. I like that we only had normal, hard, and brutal. That means I have to work for my kills. So just the fact that there's no easy level, I kind of very much appreciate it. Challenge accepted. So yeah, that is straight to the point. I hope I got straight to the point of what I was saying. Yeah, this one, 8 out of 10, for now. We have to see the final execution. And yes, I guess I didn't mention the story, but it's too early to tell, and I didn't get enough from the story because it was mostly Nexus telling us philosophical stuff, or stuff that happens in the past, or something in the project he was involved with. The narrative is there, but we have to see an execution. The narrative could be nonsensical nonsense and bullshit, but it could actually be good. But it's too early to tell. I like the voice acting in terms of Nexus, but it's not like the best. We have to hear it in execution. Asuka is like a decent voice actress for the lady. That she's definitely new blood, but I feel like Nexus VA nails. I feel like his VA is much better, but we have to see the story in present. Well, we have to see the story in execution. I guess that's my a little bit concerned. The story could be good, but the story could be just like left out in pasture, and there's no storytelling at all. It's just all about the gameplay. But the story does look intriguing, but we have to see it in execution. As I like to say in any genre of video games, if the execution and the storytelling sucks, then if the game is fun and everything in terms of the other facets and other components work well, like a well-oiled machine, then the storytelling could be bollocks and no one will care. But if you are banking on the story and that is all you're doing, and you have story trailers, then you better commit and make sure your story is like well done. If your story is shit, we will all call you out on it. It sucks, but that's kind of the world we live in. It's not really about the story, but if your story is, in this case, Metal Eden did do a story trailer. If your story trailer sucks balls, then we're all going to call you out on it. It's going to suck if we call you out on your story, but don't put a story if you don't care about the story. Doom can get away with it because it doesn't take its story seriously. It's all about the blood and gore, insane violence, and the fantastic gore-filled gameplay. That's all it's about. If Metal Eden is trying to do a story, then you better commit and make sure the story does well. It doesn't have to be the best story, but it better be a decent story at least. That's my nitpick on it. It's not really a nitpick, we have to see in the execution. So I can't make in good faith, I can't make a good, fair assessment of the story. Because we don't really know too much about it. Alright, so I know I went over a little bit of 10 minutes, but I just kind of want to give my final thoughts. 8 out of 10, I think that's pretty appropriate until we get the final product. I won't be there in day one, but I absolutely want to try the demo just to see what it's all about. In terms of demos, it's not my favorite, but it is pretty fun. It was a very short but sweet experience. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so we are going to take a very legit break, and then maybe later on we're going to cover the BAFTA 2025, because I think that's worth looking into, because I did the Game Awards, I did the DICE Awards, so let's do the British Awards. Yeah, because I'm curious. I want to see what that was all about and see what their formats are like. Alright, well, of course, you can leave a like, comment, or subscribe. What did you think about Metal Eden, whoever got to play it? Do you think it will succeed, or do you think it will be largely overshadowed by Doom the Dark Ages? It's the latter option. You all know it. So, I guess I'll see you in the next clip.
Final wave incoming.
Ah, shit. Damn it! Oh, come on! Grab the ammo! Let's freaking go! Dicks! Get some! Shit! Ah! Major luck! Yeah! Ah, took so long.
Enemy forces